Let me get out my keys, y'all. Hey, how y'all doing? I'm not gonna hit those keys. I told you my voice made for rock and roll, but I ain't finna do it. I'm not finna do it. I just did it, dang. Okay, y'all, I had this vision. I had a vision, and God also want me to go and speak on what we all know. But I'm finna just speak it and put it in the air so you can so you can just know what it is, really. And it's going back to the Genesis 3. It's going back to what I said in the other video. Yeah, I've been trying to avoid saying it, but I'm gonna have to say it in this one. Okay, so I'm gonna go into my dream first, y'all. And dream I had today. What I've been doing, pay attention to what's going on, because it's gonna be a shift, and a lot of these jobs is not gonna exist. Robots and AI is gonna take over a lot of jobs, and everybody is like stuck in the old, and we like going into the new. And it's gonna, a lot of people gonna be negatively impacted because they just like their mindset is on, like they conditioned that this is gonna be like for what it is. You know, people just conditioned with the jobs that we got, how we work, how we operate, how we move. This is the norm. No, it's not. And you have to pay attention to what's going on out here with how they got truck drivers that, and you don't have to have a driver to drive these trucks now. Like they driving without a person. So a lot of these jobs they're going to do away with, and it's either you're going to adapt to what's going on, or you just gonna get caught, and it's just gonna negatively impact you if you can't adapt to what's going on to your environment. Like you just have to adapt to what's going on to survive. It's gonna deal with adaptation, if I said that word right. So with my kids, and even now, you know, you don't really need a degree to get a job and just kind of support yourself. Like you really didn't need that at first. Like you really could live a decent life without a degree. I told my kids, I know y'all got, you know, good jobs and y'all comfortable because y'all don't have a degree. I said, but you're in the future, you're not gonna be able to do nothing without no degree. It's gonna get to a point you're not going to be able to do anything without a degree. And these degrees gonna have to be centered around computers and robotics and stuff like that. Like you can't just go get a degree in education. It's not, you ain't gonna have no job in the future. Cause you go to school, then you just randomly go get this degree, and it's just like an education. Like it, huh? You gonna have to for the future. And I've been stressing it to my kids, and it's very hard for them to understand because they got a good job. They didn't really have to go for a higher education. They, you know, they kind of good where they at. And I'm sending this warning to my kids. Like now, I'm just like sending the warning, like y'all are going to have to get in school. Y'all are going to have to get a higher education, and it's going to have to be something dealing with computers, you know, dealing with computers, robotics. Like you're going to have to get in something that's going to be in demand for the future. This job that you're doing, these jobs that y'all doing, and y'all thinking that y'all good, it's going to be non-existent. It's not going to be here no more. So I've been pressuring my kids because they could get free schooling through their job. And I'm like, y'all need to take full advantage of the free school through your job. And I just been like I've been kind of pressuring my kids to enroll in school. Like you got a job. One of your incentives is your education. So what you need to be doing is using this job and investing in yourself. Investing in yourself by getting a higher education, and not only getting a higher education, look and see what the demand of the future is and align yourself with it. Don't just go to school and just get a degree in what, psychology, and then be like, oh, I'm good, I'm straight. A lot of these jobs gonna be non-existent. Like they just not gonna exist. And right now, everybody's just capitalizing on what's going on now. And maybe 5-10 years from now, the robot AI gonna take over all that. You ain't gonna need a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff is going to be just computerized, and the robots are going to be able to do a lot of functions. And you're going to have to be in alignment with the future, which means you're going to have some knowledge dealing with computers and technology and robotics and stuff like that. Like, you just have to do that. Now, it's going to be other little jobs and stuff God might make an opening, but a lot of these jobs is not going to, they don't need a hermit. They going to make it where they not going to need a hermit for it. And either you going to swim or you going to sink. So me, my kids, because, you know, you get out of school, you just be so burnt out. So me, I just been pressuring my kids, like, look, and I'm still going to pressure them because the dream I had today. But I've been pressuring my kids, look, y'all go to school. Y'all jobs will pay for y'all school to get a degree in whatever you want. Free. Y'all got free school. Take advantage of the programs that's offered through your job, which is the free education. You don't have to worry about no student loan. Your job gonna pay you. Invest in yourself while you here. Do not get comfortable where you at. This is what I drill in my kids. Do not get comfortable where you at. Do not get comfortable. Yeah, everything good for you. You got good jobs, everything. I said, this ain't gonna work. I said, either you could do what you need to do now, or God gonna force you to do it, and it's gonna be very uncomfortable, and it's gonna be an inconvenience for you. Right now, if you gonna do what you need to do, it's convenient for you to go to school, and the way everything's set up, you can make room. You're not too busy with your life, or you can't balance school and work. Like, it's good right now for you to go to school. This is what I'm telling my kids. But if you don't listen to what I'm saying, you still gonna end up going to school, but it's gonna be an inconvenience, and it's gonna be like you're gonna be extra stressed out trying to balance the world, your real life, your school. Like, it's gonna be like you're gonna be stressed out. And right now, you got God setting it up where you can do it through your free will, or you're gonna be forced to do this. And if you're forced to do this, you're gonna have a hard time. You might incur some debt, because if the job shut down, the job that's supposed to pay for your degree and your education shut down, you still gonna end up going to school, but you're gonna have to figure out a way to pay for this. Right now, it's free, so take advantage of this. So my kids, I'm just like, they ain't listening. Y'all, I'm prophetic. Most people, they ears wide open. What you say, Shana? But my kids, it's like stiff necks. Sometimes I'm keep pressuring and talking to them. Like, I'm gonna keep talking to them. Like, look, this is what you need to do. Even if you go to Southwest, just go for 2 years. Just get some computer under your belt. Get some robotics under your belt. Get some technical under your belt. You don't have to go to a 4-year. Go to a 2-year. But you're going to have to look ahead. Do not get comfortable where you at, because y'all is comfortable. And if you get too comfortable, God gonna boom, he gonna make it uncomfortable for you, because he wants you to get to the next level and better prepare yourself. And you don't seem to want to do it unless you pushed and forced to want to do this. So y'all, I had a dream today, I'm doing what I'm telling y'all. In the dream today, I'm basically like just telling my kids to take advantage of the free school at the job, to get into robotics, to get into some computer, to get into something, where they'll be in demand at in the future. I keep telling them in this dream, it was a warning, because I drink this now. So now God, when I see it in the vision, it's ding, 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 ding. It's very serious. It's very serious. I've been telling them this, so now I'm having a vision, and I'm telling them everything that I've been telling them in the vision. So now I'm in the vision. I'm trying to persuade my kids. I'm like, look, go to Southwest. Do 2 years if you need to do 2 years. But get this computer, do something to better yourself, because you're going to be out of a job. You're going to be out of a job in the future. This ain't it. And I had people was comfortable with, oh, I'm just getting a job in sociology, and I'm just getting a degree. And it's like, if you ain't, you're going to have to be like an asset to the future. So if the future dealing with computers and robots and technical, and you're going to have to align yourself and align your degree to fit in with what's going on out here, because AI is going to take over a lot of jobs. So this is what I'm telling my kids in the dream. So I'm sending this warning to you all to better your education. Go, if you gotta go to Southwest, go to technical, go get you some certificates dealing with like computers, technical, robotics, stuff like that. Do that. Get something under your belt, because you're not gonna be able to support yourself in the future. Like, you just not gonna be able to do it. Now you could just let this play out, and you're gonna see that I was right and you was wrong. Now, I don't want to do that. I'm right, you wrong. But I do that. I'm right. I said it, and I'm right, and you wrong. I can do that too, but I ain't coming like that. Because this not no right or wrong type thing. I'm pretty accurate. So it ain't no wrong. It's only right. Ain't no wrong with what I'm speaking. So, God kind to me about my kids. And I got to keep pressuring them to get in school. I got to keep pressuring them. Look, y'all, like, they good. They got good jobs. Everything comfortable for them. Like, it's no bump in the road. Like, everything just good. They so comfortable that this is the time that they need to be, like, going to school. Why they ain't got all the extra stress and got all those extra responsibilities on them. Like, this is the time they need to go to school. And shoot, it's just like pulling teeth trying to tell them to go to school and go through their job and go on their road. But I'm going to still do it, because in the dream I was doing this. So I'm going to keep applying pressure to it. Pressure to them. Look, y'all, use this school. Use the resources. Y'all got free education through y'all job. Go to school, but don't just go to school and get no any kind of degree. It got to be something technical. It got to be something with maybe science, robotics, like something that's gonna align with what you being a demand in the future. Like, what they gonna need in the future? That's what you need to align yourself with. That's what your degree need to be aligned with. Cause these degrees they got out now, no, half this stuff is not gonna even be relevant 5-10 years from now. It ain't gonna be relevant. They already got the cars they drive without without people. They got the cars, like I think the truck drivers, And I say that because, I was looking on Facebook, and this dude, he was just saying that, this dude, he was saying, I don't know if that's the enemy or what, but when I do these videos, y'all, Satan be so busy with the distraction, but I'm finna keep pushing forward, because, like, why right beside me? Like, why? Okay, so I'm looking on Facebook, y'all. And while I'm looking on Facebook, it's y'all gonna be distracted. Cause my window's up and it's blasting. So I'm like, is that Elvis Presley? Woo, woo. I told y'all I could sing anybody's beat. Let me stop. I might have to pause this video and come back, y'all. I was like, will he cut off? Like, darn, just cut off your car. I'm trying to see how long he gonna have his car on, cause he probably finna go inside, but I don't wanna hold y'all like this. I'm finna put power come right back, y'all. Okay, I'm back. I'm tickled. Okay, so the second part of what was going on, like I was talking about Facebook, and this guy, he was a truck driver, and he was saying that in Arkansas, when you go to weigh in, he said they was making all the truck drivers that going to the weigh-in, police was waiting right there, and everybody had to do this comprehension test. Like, they had to learn, they had to read in English. I don't know if they had to write in English, but they were making everybody read in English. And if they could not speak English or read in English, they was locking them up. He said they would fine them $5,000 on the spot, and he said they was even taking their license if they couldn't pay and stuff like that. So he said it was just like this, like, raid, and it was like going through Arkansas for all the drivers, all the truck drivers that couldn't read. They couldn't read in English. They have to be, they got a law that they pressing that they saying you have to be able to do all this in English. And he said that a lot of truck drivers, they go to the weigh-in. He said he ain't never seen nothing like it. And this was going through Arkansas, one Arkansas weigh-in. And I say that to say that first they talking about this right here, this raid, and you got to know how to speak English. And then I look on the news and I see that they saying, oh, we got the first trucks that drive automatically without a driver, like a driverless truck, doing deliveries and stuff. So they got these trucks on the road where you don't even need a truck driver. And I'm just saying, like, pay attention to what's going on out here, and look at the job. Like, like I'm like, I feel like I'm in a movie right now. Am I the only one seeing this, y'all? Everybody else is just like, I'm like, y'all not gonna have no jobs. Y'all not gonna have the jobs. Y'all comfortable because y'all like, ooh, I didn't really have to go get a higher education, and I got a pretty decent good job without a higher education. I told my kids, I said, look, me and the generation before us, we didn't have to have a degree to really move up and move up in society financially. Like, we didn't need that. I said, but now you gonna see that you gonna need a degree. Like, you gonna need something under your belt. Like, you not gonna be able to just function without no degree or nothing out here in the future. Like, I see that's where it's going. Right now, your job is, to you people, your job is offering you a higher education. Take advantage of it. Because you don't even know how long you're going to be with this company. So the company lay you off, or they had layoffs, and they had like free schooling, you lose all that. You lose all your incentives that come with you being and working for this company. Take advantage of the fact that they offering free school. Do online, do something. Invest in yourself. Do not just sit there and just wait on a paycheck every 2 weeks, every week. Invest in yourself in this process. Look bigger. Look for something bigger for yourself. At least if you're working for a company, put yourself in a position to be more of an asset in the future. So and get your degree. Like, get something like science, get something computer, get something like, find something around it. Us, we was able to survive. Our generation was able to survive. We didn't need the degrees to do that. The future, these kids gonna need the degrees to do that. They not gonna be able to do it without the degree, because you gonna be like coexisting with these robotics, AI. You're gonna be coexisting with all this. So you're gonna have to be able to have some kind of knowledge when dealing with this stuff. Like, you're just gonna have to have some kind of technical knowledge when dealing with this. Period. So this is where I was stressed to my kids. So this is the warning that I'm sending out. I had a vision about this. So with me having a actual vision about this, I'm sounding the alarm. Go to school. God don't want y'all. Like, God know what's going on. He already know what it's a shift going on. All these jobs and stuff, people just like, ooh, these jobs ain't gonna even be existing in the future. Over half of these jobs is not gonna exist in the future. Very few people compared to the people work now is gonna be working in the future. Very few of them gonna work. If you smart, computers, like stuff like that, you're gonna do good. But if you ain't like keeping up with what's going on, what you gonna do? Like, I'm just saying, like, as far as like supporting yourself and stuff like that, like, what you gonna do? Cause it's getting to a point where they trying to wipe all that out. Like, we just going to a whole different like era, something new, and ain't nobody used to it. So I've been pressing it with my kids, y'all. So I'm pressing it with y'all. Get you a higher education. Not only just go to school, get a higher education. Look and see what the demands of the future gonna be, and align yourself with it. Do not go to school and be like, oh, I got a degree in education, I got a degree in sociology. Like, find something that's gonna be like an asset for you in the future, because a lot of these jobs, they're not gonna need them, especially with AI. With AI and how they can scan stuff and how they can do a lot of stuff, a lot of these jobs, they not gonna need them. So you can't just go and find this like super simple, super redundant job. Ooh, I got a degree in education. Like, you really gonna have to find something and apply yourself out here. Only the survival of the fittest. That's what I'm feeling. Survival of the fittest out here. So do your research when doing this. I'm even trying to get in school, y'all. Yes, I'm trying to get in school dealing with computers. Yes, I'm trying to do this now. I'm trying to take full advantage of what's going on. It's like now or never. And so even me, myself, I'm using applying the same knowledge for myself out here. And I'm trying to get into something dealing with computers. Yeah. So I'm even in school. Like, I'm even going back, I'm finna get something. I'm finna come out with some kind of certificate out here. That's what I'm doing for real. So, and then even with me doing this, somebody from the school actually sent me a text message. So I'm asleep. I'm talking to my kids like all this is going on. Like while I'm asleep, I'm talking to my kids, and God telling me keep applying pressure to them get in school, because that what the dream was. It was just me applying pressure to my kids to y'all get in school, because see, now they grown and they got to exercise their free will to even want to go to school. When they kids, I can force them to go to school. You ain't got no free will. But now they grown, so now they got to want to do it. And I told you about free will. It's a double-edged sword. Because you can want to go to school and better yourself, but then you ain't got to want to go to school and better yourself. It's your choice. It's a double-edged sword out here. So, with my kids and they grown, I'm trying to just be in their ear. Like a little net. Like, they just want to get out of the way, mama. I'm in their ear. I'm in their ear about this. I'm like, look, y'all. Y'all school paying 100% of y'all to go to school. Go to school. Get a certificate. Go, even if you go to Southwest, a technical school. Go somewhere, do something. Do something. And it's like this sense of urgency to do this. It's a sense of urgency to do this because it's free for them. Because they do go to school. So the company's paying for the education. You ain't gonna want to be dealing with no student loan and no debt. You ain't gonna want to be dealing with all this. So right now, everything is free. Just go through, do what you need to do. I'm doing this myself. I'm in school. So when I'm telling my kids to do this, I'm also been applying and trying to go and get it rolling right now. And so I'm dreaming about my kids, y'all. I wake up, I see this text message from the school. Like, yeah, we need you to do your registration. I'm like, well, shoot, I thought I registered, but shoot. I thought I already registered. If it's some more information, can you send me the link? Like, what's going on? Yo, I be funny. My kid be laughing so hard at me. My kid be laughing, rolling with me. Yeah, I was trying to order some pizza, right? And my credit card, it wouldn't go, like the order wouldn't go through. So I look at my credit card, I see that, I needed to update it because the year, like, it was just like maybe $325, and it's like $425. Like, it's in April now, and the card probably expired in March. So I'm trying to order this pizza online. My card didn't expire, so I'm calling them up. I'm in the middle of an order, and my order keep declining. So I'm calling the company. I said, let me call the credit card company to see what's going on with my card. Like, maybe something going on with my card. So in the process, they were like, yeah, your card, it's kind of declined, and, and we have to send you out a new card, because, your card didn't expire. All this while I'm trying to order this pizza that I want. So they go update all the information. So I'm like, okay, so can I order my pizza now? They like, no, ma'am, your card is no longer in use. Like, I was like, dang, y'all. My kid was in the car with me. My grown kid. I was like, look. That's why I was telling the credit card people. I was like, look, I was in the middle of ordering a pizza. My card wouldn't go through. I'm coming to call y'all. Y'all update. Y'all send me a card out that I ain't received yet. I said, but I'm still trying to order this pizza. Like, I'm hungry right now. I'm like, what can I do? Y'all didn't deactivated the whole card. Like, what can I do right now? Yeah. And the dude, he was just like, I'm so sorry. I'm just so sorry that you can't order your pizza. I guess they try to condition him to try to reach the customers, but he trying to like console me because I'm trying to order this pizza that I can't order now. And my kid was laughing so hard. He just like, I'm just so sorry that, you weren't able. I'm like, yeah, I'm hungry. And now I got to figure out another way to get my pizza. Because y'all done deactivated the whole card now. So that was funny. Because he just like, yes, ma'am, I'm just so sorry. I'm just so sorry about that. I'm like, you can't bring my pizza. It's nothing that you can do at this. He's like, no, because we just canceled that card completely out. So now we got to see. I was like, you see, I was in the middle of ordering the pizza when you did this. Okay, y'all. So FYI, God is sounding the alarm. Invest in yourself. If you can go to school, get something technical under your belt, something dealing with computers, something dealing with robotics. If you got your own businesses, God wants you to jump into that. But make sure you align yourself with the future. Look and do some research and see what the demands of the future going to be and align what you got going on with it. Because a lot of these jobs is going to be non-existent. They just going to be non-existent. In the dream, I'm like, it was just such a sense of urgency. I'm in the dream just literally like my kids, I know they just like, ugh. Like I know I already know how my kids feeling about me just pressing them about this school. Cause they got free will now. So they got to choose and I'm pressing them about this school. So I'm still gonna press them about it because God came to me today in the vision. I was pressing my kids about school in the vision, so I'm gonna be doing it with them. Okay, the second part of this, y'all. You know, I was speaking on it in Genesis 3, and I was speaking on the curse of if you're not being led by God, it's just gonna be a curse. Like if God or Jesus not leading you, it's just like the blind leading the blind out here. And even in these relationships where you gotta submit, yeah, you do gotta submit. So you got to use wisdom with who you want to lead you out here. And when I say who you want to lead you, I'm talking about even on the spiritual level. Like God not gonna interfere with free will. God is not gonna interfere with free will in this. So you gonna pick and you gonna choose. And certain people, God do help. Okay, I got you an ordained husband. Okay, I got you a wife. Like God do set that up, but then God do give people free will too, and He not interfering with no free will. So if you pick and choose and you didn't choose wisely, you're gonna have to try to figure it out, cause it's gonna be hard. And you know when you're dealing with what's going on, I told you everything is a duality. Everything is a duality. Look at it like that. So when you get married, you know, with God, Jesus, and you and your husband, all y'all get married, God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, you and your husband, all y'all become one through marriage. And it say, to death do you part. Satan got a covenant too that say, to death do you part. So it's equal and opposite, y'all, out here. So when you see these people in these relationships, and some of these relationships end in murder, it's to death do you part. Like literally, like to death do you part in these relationships. So you got to make sure you wise with who you picking to be your head. Because some of these relationships, if it's led by Satan, because it's not led by God, because God is love. So if God is love, Jesus is love, they know how to love you. Which means a lot of stuff that's going on, they not going to be doing. So if it's something that's going to hurt you, they not going to do it. If they do it, then they don't love you, period. So it's just that simple at the end of the day. So I say that to say, y'all, that people, they look at marriage and they see you married and they all think that, ooh, we just gonna grow old, to death do us part. Satan got covenants too out here that people is in contract with, and it's to death do you part. And a lot of people dying to domestic violence, like all kind of stuff, because they in covenant. They in covenant too. So God is saying be real wise with who you picking, because when you dealing with something, because Satan come to kill, steal, destroy. So even in these relationships, some of these relationships, especially if you got something that's the head over you, they got the authority over you, and it's not of God, it's a very high chance that that relationship gonna end in murder. It's a murderous demon gonna be on the end of that relationship. A lot of these relationships that people is getting in and involving themselves in, it's gonna end in murder. Like these women is just not gonna make it out. So that's why I would just like stress and be real careful. But I'm also stressing to be very careful with who you picking out here, because it's gonna be hard for you to get out these relationships. And God is not interfering with no free will. So that's why I said in the other video, like if you pick somebody and they not of God, you kind of stuck dealing with it. So you got to try to figure it out. Shoot, you got to try to figure it out, and it's a spirit that's been released on these relationships. And it's gonna be like, it's like a murderous relationship, like the spirit of murder. So a lot of these relationships is ending in death. To death do us part. It's ending in death literally. So people say that, but if you pay attention to what's going on, a lot of these women that's in these abusive relationships, they just not making it out. Like, they just not making it out. So that's why I said be real careful out here with who you decide you want to be with and who you pick. God ain't getting no free will. And you're gonna have a lot of issue, a lot of problem if you decide to be with somebody that don't put God first, that don't love God. I'm talking about real love toward they God, like real love toward God. They gonna mistreat you because they don't know how to treat you. Like, they just not gonna know how to treat you. And yeah, and you gonna be the curse that come with it. Like, you gonna be the byproduct of them not loving God. You gonna deal with it. So that's why I said be very careful. I really didn't want to speak on this, but I got to put in the air that a lot of these domestic violence and stuff, the end result is death. The end result, these people, a spirit of murder gonna come on some of these men in these relationships when you decide you want to get out. They not led by God, they led by Satan. And murder gonna be on them. And it's gonna be very hard for a lot of these women to get out these relationships. Like, it's just gonna be hard to get out of them. So that's why I keep stressing, and I'm gonna stress. Be extremely wise with who you decide to be in covenant with and who you decide that you want to lead you out here. And make sure that they put God first, they put Jesus first. If they put Satan first, then the fruits of Satan is what's going to be in their relationship. If they put God first, then the fruits of God is going to be what's in their relationship. But you pick. And you're going to have to deal with the consequence of what you pick. So be wise, y'all. Be wise out here for real, for real. So that's why I'm putting on the back end, because I already know. I think we all know, but I hate to say it. Yeah, a lot of these relationships, all these domestic violence relationships, it's going to end in death. It's going to end in murder. Like, 9 times out of 10, the man is going to end up killing the woman that's trying to get away. So you're going to have to be wise. And even if you're in a relationship and you're trying to get away, do not go back. Do not go back to these relationships, because it's going to get harder and harder and harder for you to actually get out alive. If you keep going back to these people, the demon's going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. And that means it's going to be harder and harder and harder for you to get out. You ain't back double back in these type of relationships. And you under this certain authority where God is not the head. So if God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit is not the head of this man, and this man is the head over you, and you got to submit to that authority, that's the curse you're going to have to deal with. That's the curse you got to deal with. You picked it. It's your free will. God not going to get in it. He not going to get no free will. Like, because he'll go up against himself. God got a certain order of things that he got going on. He can't just jump in and do this and do that. He can't go against himself, even with the laws that's in place. He can't violate the laws and violate himself and make himself have to be alive in this process. God is perfect. Everything got to be right. Everything got to be in order. So even when it comes to that, if you decide, okay, I'm finna be with this person, and they got a spirit of murder on them, it's going to be some consequence behind it. There's going to be some consequence behind it. Very few people get out of it. Because you did exercise your free will to even be with the person. So, and you got a covenant established. It's a duality. So you can, not only did you use your free will to be with this person, you actually got a covenant, a spiritual covenant, a spiritual contract with this person. God not finna break that contract like that. So you gonna have to, us women is gonna have to be real wise out here. At the end of the day, us women is going to have to be very wise, because it's going to be accountability, and it's going to be very hard for a lot of women to get out these relationships and it not end at death. Like, it's going to be hard. You can get out the relationship and move forward, and certain people just not moving forward in these relationships. And you done moved on, like the relationship over with, but they won't let go. Yeah, that's a very dangerous position to be in. That's very dangerous to be in that type of position too. where the other person won't let go because it's their free will that's controlling them. And then Satan gonna have his way. And then at first it's gonna be anger and probably rage come on these people. But then that might end up being a spirit of murder jump on them. So you still, even when you out of the relationship, I think when you out the relationship and the covenant is broken and this person just using their free will, I think God will get in that situation when needed. God will get in that situation when needed. But as far as this person using their free will to think on you all the time and what they got going on, God not going to interfere with that because it's their free will and they choosing to use their time to do this. But when it comes to harming you, God will probably step in at that point because you're not under no kind of contract with this person. So make sure, and I'm talking about spiritually, you're not under contract with this person. They just don't want to move forward with themselves, don't want to let go. But even then, you just going to have to just pray to God, pray the prayer of protection, pray Psalm 91. Because Satan, he's stepping it up a notch. He's stepping it up a notch. So us women, we kind of targeted. So we going to have to be careful with how we move. And we got to be careful with who we give our authority to, who we submit ourselves under. We got to be careful with all that. Because that's something you're going to have to deal with. And it's not going to be no, like, it's going to get bad. It's something you're going to have to deal with. Like, that's going to be something that you're going to have to just try to figure it out and try to maneuver through. And it's going to be hard for a lot of people to do that. And still make it out alive. And still live to talk about it. So, when they say to death do you part, yeah, it is to death do you part, some of these covenants. And people is dying in these covenants that's established. It do end in death. So, y'all women, first I'll be real picky. Like, just be real careful about everybody who you let into your space. Be very careful about that. Because some people you let into their space, they not going to want to let go. And they not going to want to get out your space. And you ain't even got no covenant with them. So you got to be even careful with that out here. So, y'all women, just be real careful out here. Be careful who you pick to lead you. Just be careful. Just be wise. Be real wise out here. Don't be too quick to be like, oh, yeah, let's go eat. Made me think about Eve when she said, oh, the food is good. What she say? It's good for food. Satan be like, let's go out on a date. Let's go eat something. You like, oh, it's good for food. Do not fall into the trap. Y'all saw Eve. Oh, it's appealing to the eye. Be careful now. Be careful with everybody that want to take you out to eat. And then they appealing to the eye. Be careful now. God said pay attention to the temptation of Eve out here. Be careful with it now. So you can't just be like, ooh, it's a free meal. Let me just go on a date. Let me go and eat you. You probably have to get a restraining order and everything else on that person off one day. Because you went and ate one time, this person just constantly harassing you. And you can't seem to get them off your back out here. So you be careful out here, even with you just extending just socially, just extending your time with people. You're going to have to be real careful out here, y'all women. Us women, we got to be real careful out here. So y'all pray up. Psalm 91 is prayer protection. Psalm 91 is a prayer protection. But the reality of it all is that it's going to be an increase in women dying due to domestic violence. The covenants that they have put themselves under. This type of hierarchy, and they didn't pick this dude, and he just like, ooh, he just the most, and you got a covenant established. And you use your free will. God is not interfering with no free will. I'm telling you that right now. God ain't going to interfere with the free will. So, it's going to be hard to get out of it. It's going to be hard to get out that relationship. Once you exercise your free will and you are in the position where you just submitted yourself to a man that have not put God first or Jesus first, which means Satan is first. Satan is the head over this man and you is under this man. That's very dangerous. That's a very dangerous position to be in. And I'm going to let y'all go. Y'all enjoy y'all day. And don't forget, like, if y'all in school or something, or through y'all jobs, not even just through y'all jobs, like, it's certain just looking to get into school. and look and see what the demands of the future gonna be, and align your degree with the demands of the future. Don't just go to school and be like, "Ooh, I got a degree in business." Find and look, do some real research on what's going on with the future. Look and do some research on what's going on with the future and align your degree. Put yourself in a position to be in high demand for what they gonna need in the future. Put yourself in a position to be in high demand for what they need in the future out here. So you're gonna have to do some research and see what's going on, and then just kind of and so you're gonna have to kind of see what's going on with it. So I'ma talk to you later. Y'all enjoy y'all day out here, but God did send a warning about the school, the education. He's saying get into school, get into education, align yourself, make yourself an asset for the future, put yourself in a position where you're gonna be in demand. Cause they finna have a lot of robots and stuff, and they already doing it now, where they're trying to eliminate jobs, and they doing it real slow. And I just say with the truck drivers, one day they driving, can't speak English, and the next day they locking them up, and they got these driverless trucks on the road. Like, it was just like one day, boom. It don't take much. It's not gonna. Some of this stuff gonna be overnight. We gonna be at work, and then overnight, boom, ain't nobody gonna have no job. God said, use this time right now. Use this time to get in school, to further your education. Not only just further your education, but look and see what the future is, see what the demands of the future gonna be, and align your degree, align yourself with whatever going on in the future to find something and pick something that you need. This is what God is saying, and this is what I've been pressing with my kids, and I'm going to continue to press this with my kids till they get in school. Like, I'm finna come to them, like, all this week, they gonna, yeah. So, I'm finna be on them about this. I ain't gonna even tell them I had a dream. I'm just gonna be on them constantly about this. Like, look, get in school. Look at your job. See what kind of program your job got. Go on, enroll now. Like, I'm gonna be on my kids about this. And it's a little harder for me because they do have free will. So I'm on my kids about this. And I'm also just spreading the word to you all. To if you working for a company, you should be enrolled in school somewhere, bettering yourself, not just hurrying out, getting a degree because you trying to move up with the company. A little bigger than it. Go for bigger than it. Go for something that's like dealing with the demands of the future. So you're going to do some research, figure out what the demands of the future is, figure out it's something that you like and something that you can kind of, let me just kind of fall into this. And then that's what you do. But don't just be like, I'm trying to move up with the company, because the company you're moving up with might shut down. So you're going to have to expand yourself to think bigger than just moving up with a company that might shut down. You're going to have to invest in yourself. Look at the demands. Yeah, I'm saying it again and again and again. I'm trying to drill it in your minds. Okay, so what you gonna do is do not look at nothing. You just like, I'm just moving up with the company because the company you with might shut down. Look bigger than it. Look further than it. Do some research. See what the demands of the future is going to be. See how this technology that they're pushing, the large companies are pushing, see what they're doing with all this technology, and do some research to see where can you fit it in this picture. And where would it be where you gonna be a demand where they like, nah, we need her. And then that's where you lean your degree toward. We gonna need her. Cause that's what I'm trying to do right now. I already know what I want to do too. I tell y'all about it later, cause when I tell people my ideas, they think they gonna run and steal what God done told me. No, I'm keeping it to myself. After I get through, I will let y'all know what my degree gonna be. I'm gonna let y'all know what I'm gonna get into. But it's computers. It's something dealing with computers. That's what I'm doing right now. So y'all enjoy yourself. Y'all be safe out here. Yeah, Psalm 91. Psalm 91. If you don't know how to do nothing else, y'all, like for real, because God come to me about this Psalm 91. Read the whole chapter of Psalm 91. Read it with your kids. Read it out loud. Read it every day, once a day. Read Psalm 91. Drill it into your mental. Drill it into your body. Drill it into your spirit. Like, do this all the time. Like, make this like a repetition. The way you brush your teeth. When you wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth. When you wake up in the morning, open your phone up, read Psalm 91 out loud. Get your kids to read Psalm 91 out loud. If you do it all day, every day, you will remember this. You will remember Psalm 91 by heart. Like you just gonna know how to say it. And God telling me the Psalm 91 while I'm doing it. While I'm telling y'all gonna remember it. He telling me what the Psalm 91 is now. But and he telling me word for word when I'm telling y'all to keep doing this, so the repetition, so y'all can remember this Bible verse. Get your kids to do Psalm 91 too. Psalm 91, that's a prayer of petition. You can start there. Just read it once a day. Get your kids once a day. Just start reading Psalm 91. Just go through that. Like, even if you read something else, go right back to Psalm 91 and at least devote sometime of your day to Psalm 91 and reading it out loud. Do that with your kids too, where they just be like, y'all read Psalm 91 and have them read Psalm 91. And while I'm telling y'all do this instructions for me. So I'm putting instructions out for everybody. So I'm gonna have my kids read Psalm 91. Okay, y'all enjoy y'all day. Be safe.